Yo, Canadians, listen up. I feel like we're gonna learn something with this one. Yo, right here. Right here in the small box. I know y'all missed that. Welcome back to Single Seater Reactions, only on the Flex Mind Network. I'm the original anomaly. Welcome back to the channel. We got a deleted video, y'all. Not saying like the video is deleted, but the YouTube channel delete. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He dropped a new video. This video is titled "The Bay Area Influence in GNX." I really feel like we're going to learn something with this one. I'm going to keep it a band with you. Because when it comes to the whole car, the whole history behind the whip, I know nothing about it, okay? But I feel like it's going to be deeply rooted into LA culture. Look, I don't want to waste too much time. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the reaction. And with that being said, let's go straight into this because we got a 20-minute video. So, deleted. I know you do your research, bruh. So, let's get to work. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Last of a dying breed. GNX is a car that released in the year 1987, the same year Kendrick was born. They only made one model of this particular vehicle, and with this generation of hip-hop, I guess it's safe to say that this vehicle represents Kendrick Lamar. I also feel like GNX is a shout out to the Generation X. This is the generation that's before the millennials. Kendrick Lamar and I myself are millennials. Gen X to me is the best generation. I mean, because of their morals, their integrity, their strive for greatness, their brutal honesty. They are the first true rebels when it comes to popular culture. Their creativity are still being used and replicated to this day. The first to say fuck you and fuck this, the OGs that stood on principles, the very generation that hold a lot of hip-hop greats like Pot, Eminem, Nas, Hove, Ye, the list goes on. So when I take a glance at the word GNX and the meaning behind the car itself, I feel like Kendrick is showing you why he's one of the last great MCs in hip-hop. So GNX dropped on a Friday. I'm late as hell. It dropped about 2 Fridays ago. I don't even know why we even doing this video because it's late. He dropped it out of nowhere. Not trying to compare him to a pregnant female, but you know how pregnant females be hiding their pregnancy and out of nowhere they're like, bam, you a daddy now. It was like one of those situations. Nah, that's a bad analogy.
What? Bro, what
hey, you said it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
He just across the face with an album. Told us to shut up and listen. This dude said, fuck J. Cole's inevitable. We don't care. Might as well delete that too. No one cares, gang. Go pedal off somewhere.
Oh my God.
You guys get mad when I still take shots at J. Cole, but I mean, come on. You guys took him out the beef and I did it. This was a street squabble. He beat the dude knocked out on the ground and the other two would still be fighting above him. I mean, he's still there. So I've been waiting for Kendrick to drop something that brings back the energy that pulled me in from the start. To look out for Detox Flow against a heavy beat back in those digital drip and download days. What y'all know about that? Not saying that I didn't appreciate his entire catalog though, but I appreciate the Kendrick that gives us that unapologetic wordplay with the penetrating beat, pause, and crazy delivery, but also will give us the vibes we could chill with a breezy with. During hip-hop civil war, Kendrick came back from his hiatus with a clear mission to remind everyone why he is the greatest MC. The harsh flows and dark bars were back, but something about him felt different. Kendrick wasn't the hero people tried to label him as, that his new Mr. Morale stand base tries to bottle him into. He seemed more villainous, as if life and maturity had reshaped him. The reflective Mr. Morale persona was gone during this beef. Kendrick wasn't playing the role of the good guy anymore. He stepped in as the boogeyman, ready to dominate. Just a week after Apple gave him Rapper of the Year title, Kendrick Lamar is officially back with an album. I was on vacation for my son's B-Day. My baby boy turned 5.
Oh, it's Cali, no?
I took him to a Disneyland vacation, 5 days.
Orlando?
We had a blast. I was in line for a ride when my phone started blowing up about Kendrick's drop. I actually caught it fast thanks to my Discord. I seen it happen in real time. First the teaser and then the album, but I didn't get to listen to the entire album until the following Monday. I waited patiently. Kendrick the Da Vinci Code Lamar dropped GNX the same day as the JFK assassination. And that was eerie and satisfying as fuck. Really took the headshot to Aubrey Graham Cracker.
Oh my God.
He his head back. That Daft Punk line came
Oh my God. No. I don't know how this man thinks of this. I'm so glad there's people out there that actually do talk about this, because how do you put this together? How? This is incredible.
Key feel like I was right again, man, and I was on to
A
something. On my
JFK
last
release
video about
date.
Kendrick's Watch the Party Die release. Air Force Ones on the cover of Watch the Party Die could represent the president, because the Air Force One plane is the aircraft to fly the president of the United States. And we all know the date of when the Watch the Party Die initially released. I'm not gonna say it, you need to go Google it, because last time I said that, I got demonetized for it. Fuck that. It got to do with airplanes though. And I don't know if I can say this next word with the ist, so I'm not gonna say it with the ist. But Kendrick's the new terror of hip hop.
Oh
so
my
I feel like
God.
that's what he represent with that album cover as well. And I could say I had the right idea. Now I feel like the term "watch the party die" is a political statement. You know, like a political party dying, which to me could be.
Oh my God!
Because they had a horrible year this year, if you ask me. Nicki, Drake, Wayne, they were all exposed of being corny haters. Nicki's infamous Coca-Cola rant after the Megan's Law bar and haven't been seen or heard from since. Drake still crying because no one helped him when he got jumped, so he went to the police. And Wayne is playing victim worse than any Karen I've ever came across. I can't believe he complained that damn much. If you would have told me in 2009 that this is what Young Money would turn into, I wouldn't have believed it. I liked Young Money. I know some of you guys try to lie to kick it on here because it's not the trend to like Young Money, but when Young Money was in their prime, I like Young Money. But now they're just hard to listen to. I can't even really listen to them now. I don't take none of this stuff that they say seriously. It's kind of like a cringe to listen to. Maybe in a couple of years, but right now I had to turn the TV off. You see what I did there? Y'all see that? Y'all see
You're
that?
not slick, bruh.
JFK's symbolism hits deeper when you think about it. There are so many conspiracies about why he was assassinated, but it's worth noting he was the president pushing for civil rights. The bill was drafted while he was alive, but it didn't get signed until after his assassination, thanks to his VP, Lyndon B. Johnson. Now, I'm not sure who would represent JFK in this situation, but with this whole Drake isn't black enough narrative, Drake calling Kendrick a savior for black people by labeling him as the Messiah, and the fact that Drake has been seen wearing a Jim Crow shirt while in blackface, yeah, that was wild. Jim Crow laws ended around the time JFK was unalived. He was also unalived in Texas. Drake being so obsessed with Texas.
You shut the
all this just feels connected somehow.
Bro, that's crazy.
Held a piece all together. But something's there. Without JFK, who knows when black Americans would have gained their rights or when Jim Crow would have finally ended. Because he's the one who drafted up the documents to pass these laws. But then again, it took him to die to get them signed. Yeah, that's a crazy rabbit hole right there. I don't know though. I don't.
Bro, that's not a rabbit hole, bro. That's an anthill. That's like that. That's like the inside of an ant farm or something. Cause what? Oh my God.
I don't necessarily think there's a broader context. Not everything is a 50-word essay in rap. He may just be saying he's
But with Kendrick it is.
That are against him, which is Young Money.
No. With Kendrick it is a 50-word essay or a 5,000-word essay for Kendrick because what? Jesus.
I don't necessarily think there's a broader context. Not everything is a 50-word essay in rap. He may just be saying he's assassinating the niggas that are against him, which is Young Money. Kendrick knows how this social media thing works. He knows people are addicted to conspiracy theories and people are painting him as the conspiracy god. You think he doesn't know this? He sees everyone's breakdowns. At this point, I think he's just feeding the people what they want. It's kind of hard to say everything's a reach now, too, especially because everything that Kendrick has dropped so far has been on a political day. The West Coast in this album bleeds through. As a Bay Area native, I really appreciated Kendrick giving the legend E40 his flowers. He's always showed 40 love from day one. He hopped on a song with 40 produced by 40's son, Droopy, called Catch a Fade years ago.
And I ain't never been a time or Jerry, pussy or a rat, pussy on my nutsack.
He also did a song called Rossi Wine with Droopy.
In the middle where the war zone I be.
Come on now.
I would later shout out E40 on his song Money Trees, a single off his Good Kid, Mad City album.
Bump that new E40.
Come on, man. Gotta be careful of that copyright, bro. Gotta be careful of that copyright,
That
bro.
song that ignited the Civil War was an actual spin to E40's song Look At Me.
Jesus God.
Like that.
which was featuring the entire Cash Money.
I gotta be ready.
Big Timers, and the Hot Boys, which I thought was funny that he dissed Drake on a song his team was once on. And his bar on that track about Be Legit and 40 Water, who were in the group The Click, with Kendrick also referencing Tell Him When to Go when he says tell him. It was basically a shout out to E40's hit song Tell Him When to Go.
Tell him when to go. Tell him when to go. Tell him.
Channel E40 at the end of the Like That record. So shouts out 40's name twice at the end. He says 40 Water because that's another handle that E40 goes by.
Playing a lot of music, brother.
Ken and Friends concert, he would have E40 narrated.
Oh shit, my phone. Hold on.
40 narrated.
Tonight's been a beautiful sight to see so far. Sometimes all it takes is one domino to fall to get the momentum going. And the West Coast needed this reminder. And I'm proud of us in this moment. How fitting that it's on June 10th.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even realize that was E40. Cause he's literally speaking like, you know, like a regular person. Y'all know how E40 talk. You know what I'm saying? Like he talk like E40 talk like he bounced or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, I didn't know that was him.
This is a victory lap. Y'all know what I want. But man, as history has shown, there's always been a fire and a certain kind of spark coming up out of Compton especially. Y'all always rise from the ashes and rise to the occasion. You love when they count you out.
And honestly, I thought that was pretty dope. After the release of GNX, people would state that there was a couple songs that E40 would have sounded perfect on as a feature. Hey Now and Peekaboo were two songs that people wanted to hear a verse from 40. And with Turn Your TV Off outro saying this,
crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious.
a spin to a song E40 was on.
Oh my
his son
God.
Drew B produced called Stewie.
Too much music, G. Goodness gracious.
E40 influence was intense on this
I'm
album.
so
On his
dead.
video Squabble Up, he would show love to different cultures of California. On the Bay Area scene, he would pay homage to the hyphy movement, using the same dancers from 40's old video called Catch a
No way.
Well, and you had been in another
No way.
video.
Two more. Gang, it's the one with E40 and Droopy had made.
Catch a Fade.
Yeah, Catch a Fade and We Gonna Be Alright.
We're gonna be alright. Yeah, which was shot down on Treasure Island, right?
But I had a scene at Lake Merritt the day before because they had the inspiration from the Black Panthers pictures right there.
Right.
So they was trying to get something right there. 'Cause when we did the Catch a Fade, I ain't even. 40 had to tell us who he was. I'm like, I ain't never heard of Kendrick Lamar. Like,
Right.
Yeah, I never heard of Kendrick Lamar.
They are seen doing the same dance movements in both videos.
I checked my IG. Then Brett hit me, the director from the video. You know, Calmatic. He had me. He like, man, what's going on, man? It's time now, man. I need you out here for this, man. It's time. But nobody knew it was a Kendrick shoot though.
Sure.
Because you know they was under contract, so couldn't nobody say nothing.
Had you worked with Calmatic before?
Never.
Okay, so it's just communicating. Like, I like what you're doing. I see it.
Just that, bro. That's it. Just being a person.
Okay, so Calmatic hit you. Come to LA. How many days in advance was this?
It wasn't no days in advance. It was a day.
It was a
advance.
day, like a
Come
couple
tomorrow.
hours.
Yeah.
Come tomorrow. How long before the video dropped did you get this call? How long did it take?
Oh no! All right, so I found out
That was in August.
the video. Yeah, we shot
Oh,
that
you
back
shot
in
this in
August.
August.
Yeah.
So
Shot
it was
that,
just
yeah.
under wraps. You didn't know what you had done. You was just
Really?
on it
And
this
I was
whole
under
time.
contract, so I'm not about to say no.
Wow. So you signed NDAs and all that.
So
Wow.
you know, so I shot that months ago.
One of the dancers were even seen wearing a particular hyphy shirt. This shirt was worn by E40's son Droopy in a magazine spread about the hyphy movement dated all the way back to 2006.
Did they tell you to rock that gear or?
Nah, so they had stylists, bro.
Whoa. So they were intentional about having y'all dressed that way.
That specific era.
Whoa.
That's why I said that was an emotional attachment to that.
Nah, this nigga Kendrick is different, bro. This man Kendrick is different because, yo, to be this calculative is frightening. You understand what I'm saying? Like, to get these kind of details down to the beat, down to the nose, down to, like, the chain or the shirt you wear. That is frightening, bro. Nah, you can't mess with somebody that thinks on a level like that. Jesus.
That clothing, because it's like you remember so many people. When you see people dressed like that, you remember so many people. You remember what you was doing. You remember your clothes like that. So
They provided the scraper bikes too?
I think they made those from scratch.
That's crazy,
And they
bro.
had the stylist.
Was the inspiration for that the Trunk Boys? Was that?
I think because that goes
Wow.
is exactly from that Trunk Boys video. Right?
Wow. Yeah, I think
I
so.
wrote my script. Yeah.
I mean, it's little Easter eggs like that will have you wondering what else are we missing here. It's amazing how he places these Easter eggs in his material. The Bay is known for starting the Black Panther Party, the movement that went against white supremacy led by Huey Newton. With the flags representing Black America, he would double down on the end scene with the Black Panther statue to the left. This served
How?
as
I didn't even see that.
which that Black Panther served as nostalgia for the millennials and previous gens. Those statues was in everyone's granny's and auntie's house back in the 90s by the fireplace. Also, he did the Black Panther album for Disney. He overseen that whole entire album. And I have yet to hear people compare Black Panther album to GNX, and I feel like GNX sounds like a part 2, a continuation, if that, to Black Panther.
That is a wild, wild statement. I'd have to listen to the Black Panther album again, but boy, you better be careful with that one, though.
That album he overseen was a West Coast anthem. He had brought the West together for that album as well. Besides the features with SZA and The Weeknd, one song in particular called Paramedic by SOBRBE, a Vallejo, California rap group from the Bay Area. That song in particular, they started off with Kendrick saying Killmonger. You know what I mean? He knew this was in Killmonger's perspective. They were talking about putting their fists up like the Black Panthers in that song. The Black Panther movie's opening scene was in Oakland, California, with the Huey Newton picture in the background. Also, Kendrick is known to shout out Huey Newton and the Black Panthers in all kinds of tracks before this. So it's not, this isn't new. This isn't anything new that he hasn't done before. He shouts out the Black Panthers all the time. There are 2 flags that I feel represent Huey Newton and Bobby Seale. The symbolism is deeply poetic. What began as Drake's controversial lyric mocking Black Americans by referencing slavery has ignited Kendrick's activist stance. Kendrick's renewed emphasis on celebrating American and West Coast culture serves as a direct response. It's important to remember that Drake attempted to weaponize the West Coast legends against Kendrick using AI-generated voices, further intensifying the conflict. Ultimately, this represents another full circle moment, a layered double meaning, standing strong in the identity of being a Black American from the West Coast. So for him not to have to worry about getting blackballed and all that, he's not going to show the actual Black Panther logos. He's going to show symbolism. We know that that Black American flag wasn't made for the Black Panther Party, but there's a reason why he showed those 2 flags in a Bay Area scene. Oakland and the Bay will let you know that we know our roots. You also see a book that Kendrick Lamar is reading saying how to be Kendrick for Dummies or something like that. I thought that was dope because even though it's saying what it's saying, it's teaching these lames how to be Kendrick basically. Like this is how you be a real nigga type thing. Out here in the Bay, we use the word dummy a lot. Go dumb, get stupid, go dummy. You feel me? And then finally, the painting to the right on the ground with the Black Jesus pictures. That was also very nostalgic because it was hung in our family's houses. However, there was a sign covering it with a 40 price tag, which I feel was another shout out to
Oh my
E40.
God.
Not calling 40 Jesus or nothing like that, but just a way of showing the number 40. E40 doesn't get enough credit. He doesn't get his flowers. And this whole thing from the start of the beef all the way to GNX, Kendrick showed the Bay and 40 a lot of love, and I respect him for that. The vibes gave me a Raphael Sadiq from Tony, who is an Oakland native, and some Too Short as well. But for the most part, almost all the tracks sound like an E40 beat. People tend to lump the Bay Area and LA together as if they're interchangeable when it comes to music. LA and the Bay Area are 6 to 7 hours apart by car, and their music scenes reflect that distance. In hip-hop, the Bay Area is often grouped with LA, and doesn't get the recognition it deserves as a pioneer of the genre.
The biggest thing I see about you is everybody say you stole Oakland sound.
Yeah.
Who said that? I didn't catch you.
You was here.
Of
course you was here.
I didn't catch you.
Yeah, Mustard, man. It's the Bay sound.
I forgot
I ain't
what
gonna
it
say
was.
his name.
But let's see
I
who
don't
was
know.
up here. Say Easy Gemini was up here.
Nah, I wasn't saying.
So
That's
just
just
from
cool.
the Bay. I forgot it.
Sage the gentleman from California.
Nah, I'm wearing an E40
Yeah,
t-shirt.
you got your shirt on now.
Who the hell said that? I forgot.
It must have been Keisha Cole.
Nah,
Keisha Cole, nigga, what?
nah,
It just sometimes get disappointing that the Bay Area doesn't have more advocates or representation for its undeniable contributions to hip-hop, with artists like Kendrick Lamar, who genuinely knows and loves the West Coast culture the way that he does. It shows.
I'm sorry, this whole outfit is sauce. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. This whole outfit is sauce. From a fashion standpoint, sauce. With the little dog tag chain, I think that's a dog tag right there. But this whole outfit is sauce, bro.
You could tell he studied the game from every angle, because he doesn't just rep one part. He doesn't just represent where he's from, which is LA. He shows love to the entire West Coast. You could really feel that energy throughout the GNX album. You could truly feel the LA and the Bay culture in one. But at the end of the day, we're all one coast and we're all one big family. We're just distant relatives. This is our coast, this is our family. And like any family, we got our own inner problems, but it doesn't matter. We still family and we ride it. Kendrick Lamar implemented the sounds of the West as a whole, from the Bay to LA, from the hyphy movement to the Quiet Storm, and then the G-Funk. And I'll be sharing my perspective as a Bay Area native, which I feel like no one really has. The way Kendrick can capture the essence of the Bay and LA while implementing them in one song, or the whole album for that matter, is insane and impressive. Listening to this album makes me feel like I'm waking up on a Saturday morning, getting ready to watch cartoons and spend the day with my friends riding bikes.
Bruh.
I say riding bikes. Or on a Friday night at the movies with my friends, looking at breezes to holler at. It's nostalgia for everyone who grew up in the West. The Bay and LA, we aren't the same at all. Two very different cultures. So to be able to channel both cultures in one album is insane. It's crazy. I don't know. I'm a loss of words. Kendrick really is GOAT, and he right now is the king of the West.
It's a fact, bro. Yo, Deleted, I feel like you need to put out a little like history behind like the Bay Area and LA, like Compton and all that. I feel like that's what you need to do, bro. Cause like you need a part 2 to this, because I feel like you explained it well, but I feel like there's so much more that you need to say. So if you can, I don't even know if you're gonna watch this, but if you can get that, if you can make that happen, bro, you know I'm finna react, no problem. So, but yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I enjoyed this, and I learned a lot. I had no idea about the E40 like influence and reference throughout the album and at the pop out. That is crazy. This shows the culture, the power of culture in your cities, in your states, wherever. And this is what Canada lacks. And I keep saying this, and I will always be an advocate for this. Canada needs culture. We ain't got no culture here. And I keep saying it over and over and over. But it's like it goes over deaf ears, bruh. Canada needs to recreate itself. We're at a point right now where we are exposed, thanks to Drake. We need culture. To see something like this, to see how powerful your culture is, how important it is to like shout out your greats, to shout out your legends, to pay homage, to throw in those Easter eggs like what Kendrick did. There's power in those statements. If we did that here in Toronto, Canada, it's powerless. Because there's no real culture here. Like, when it comes to Toronto specifically, Canada as a whole, the way it's set up is that the city is just there existing. We have all the restaurants, we have all the stores, we have all the malls, which is cool. Issue is, there's no culture behind any of it. There's moments in history, but there's no real culture behind any of these things. And I want people in Canada to really understand this. we need to start looking towards our history way back. And I've already said where we need to start, but we need to look into our history and really figure out what we need to do as a people, because it's getting ridiculous at this point. Look, y'all know I can talk forever. I'm already at 25 minutes right now. I can probably talk for another 25 easy, no problem. But look, this is Single Seated Reactions only on the Flexing Mind Network. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Take care, be well, be safe. Stay true, be you, live long, and long live. Peace. Boy, oh boy.